Alright, Blake, Roddy Mac Jr. here, and here's some of me working on exhaust ports, so, yeah.
You fire musket, but I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better...
Hey guys, sorry for this being a short video. I'm just gonna wrap it up real quick. And basically, by saying, you've seen me cut the roof, right? You've seen me polish it a little bit, sand it out. And the only thing that really needs done after that is chamfering, and so I'm going to try to show you that. So first off, I'm going to apologize for the strobing effect. That's just because my LED light, and so what I'm trying to show here is the chamfer on these ports. So basically the chamfering is just rounding over the edges where the ports meet. So then it's not like the ring is just hitting a brick wall as it moves up and down past them. And so to do this, it's best if you have like a right angle tool, or if you can use just a normal Dremel if you're working on a big enough cylinder. But I was able to do it using a tool that I'm going to show on the screen right here. It's just a like ball end bit, I guess, and I just lightly got in there. A tip for doing this, whenever you're working on a specific part of the cylinder and stuff, I always like to take some duct tape or some nice thick tape and ring it around the rest of the cylinder that I don't want to touch, just so that way, you know, if I slip or accidentally move the end of the Dremel into something that some part of the board isn't going to get eaten up. So basically how you do this is just look at how the stock chamfers are. That's the stock on the bottom there. You can see that. And then down there on the bottom, which would be the top of the transfer because it's upside, or top of the exhaust because it's upside down now, sorry. See, I kind of tried to match it. And then over there in the corners and stuff, that was affected by widening it. I tried to match it up with what was originally there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try to get it close. And just basically run that across the edge there just a little bit. Enough that you can see it and kind of feel it. And then basically once that's done, you're just going to want to try to, if you have any scoring that you can feel, and after that you're going to have a few burrs, so you're going to want to run just some high grit sandpaper. I ran just some like 1000 grit wet sandpaper or something along the inside and made everything nice and smooth. You don't really want to take material off, you just want to take off the burrs and stuff from doing those ports and such. And yeah, so that's basically it for exhaust ports. I mean, I can't show you guys how to do all this stuff. Most of it's self-explanatory. If you read up on anything, you can, you know, pretty much figure it out. I mean, I'll try to explain my game plan just real shortly on what I did here. Measured it. I might make a video on me measuring it. Not really it's not going to be very beneficial because I'm not good at explaining that stuff and teaching. And there's tons of other videos by guys out there explaining how to measure it, such as what is it, workshop, Iron Horse. I'm sure two-stroke stuffings, he's probably got one. Smitty's chainsaws and firewood, he's got one where he runs you through pretty much everything on these old Homelites. You know, everybody, anybody who works on like motorized bikes, dirt bikes, everything, they've all got a video on how to do it, and I guarantee they explain it better than me. But basically I just measured the stock exhaust opening. It was at 150 degrees. I took 10 degrees roughly out of it, so now it opens at 95 degrees. How did I do that? Well, I got in there with the Dremel, used the Dremel on the inside of the cylinder to knock down the hard chrome plated parts, right? And I used a file to file down the rest of this, right? Once I got them all matched up where I wanted them, I used a ring, actually. I put a ring in there and then put it on the crankcase with the piston. I used the piston to move the ring up to where I was shooting for, 95 degrees, and then used the caliper to find out what the distance from the top here is to where the ring was. So now I was using the caliper to check it, and basically just filed all that down, took some sandpaper to it, cleaned it up the best I could, went through a couple different sandpapers, and then tried to polish it up a little bit. It's kind of unpolished here because I haven't done it since I got in there with more sandpaper trying to get rid of the burrs from chamfering it. But I mean, that's how you do it. And then the sides, same thing. I just put them flat because originally they kind of bevel in a little bit on the cylinder wall. And now they're pretty flat. And I mean, there's not much more to be said about it. That's pretty much it. Chamfering, you know. Chamfering's not a step you want to skip. So make sure you do that. And now I'll just try to show you a few close-up shots of what it ended up as, so you can get a better idea.